Much more on that part of the story coming up. We're going to bring in Chris Costa to the conversation. He's live in Portland. Chris, I noticed last half hour you must have been standing out there for a little bit because half of your hat that you were wearing had snow on it and the other half didn't. You can tell the direction that the wind is blowing at you and hitting you with those snowflakes. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, right, and it's so true. And I do want to actually take a second to talk about the wind, Todd. These are the two things we've got to focus on, right, is the wind and then the consistency of the snow. Derek, if you want to point up right now, there's some flags right above us here on Commercial Street. It's just as you've described, Todd. It gusts every so often. Otherwise, the wind is not that bad. You know, it's blowing, it's consistent, it's sustained, but it's those gusts that are really when it really picks up, and that's when the visibility gets tough. The other thing that's really important to talk about is the consistency of this snow. Along the coast here, again, just as you described, really, really pasty. One thing I noticed about my gloves, they get really, really wet really, really fast. I mean, these are waterproof gloves, right? But I'm talking about that like soggy, wet feeling, right? When you're making snowballs as opposed to when it's a little bit drier snow, they don't get as wet inside so fast. And one thing we've noticed as we've watched some of these public work crews plow some of this, imagine my foot here, right, is the snow plow on the ground, right? As they're plowing it, look how pasty it is. It's accumulating and it's creating this big long path in front of them. So as one person I was talking to who works for the city said that their crews, as they push the snow off the street and the sidewalk, it's accumulating into this big long, sometimes like 6 or 8 foot chunk that's in front of them, and they finally have to push it all away. So this is how thick and pasty that snow is, that it's just collecting to itself and it's accumulating as those plows are pushing it away. It also means that as you're driving on it, it's getting packed down. One thing we can see is these crews have done a pretty good job of clearing off Commercial Street, though, is that it's a little bit slushy. And so that's, again, has to do with the moisture, right, that Todd's been talking about. So if you're going to go out today, please take it slow. I know all the power crews are hoping that you'll take it slow on the road so that there aren't any car crashes into a power pole that ends up knocking out electricity.